Have you ever stopped to really think about something simple, like striking a match?
We're watching a wheel spin.
Exactly. We just, do these things. But here's a thought. Every single advance we've ever made, like from that first spark right up to the latest AI stuff, it's all fundamentally about one thing: controlling, harnessing, and kind of reshaping structured motion.
It really is. It's this invisible thread, this rhythm under everything.
And that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. We've got this fascinating set of sources you provided, and, well, our mission is to unpack all these ideas, to show how humans, and now AI, have gotten really good at manipulating motion, like the universe's best manipulators.
Masters of motion, you could say.
Yeah. And we'll look for those hidden patterns, those rhythms, in history and tech, and figure out why this skill isn't just cleverness.
No, it's more fundamental.
It's like an evolutionary imperative, something that pushed us forward.
Absolutely. We'll trace it all the way from, the earliest human tools.
Flint and fibers.
Yeah. Right through the industrial age, the digital age, even digging into gene editing and blasting off into space.
All through this lens of motion, structured motion.
Exactly. It's a powerful way to look at our progress.
So this journey, it really starts way back, doesn't it, with our ancestors, hundreds of thousands of years ago, those ancestral rhythms.
That's right.
Think about early humans, like you said, striking flints together, getting sparks, fire.
A controlled release of energy, a structured action.
Or spinning fibers, by hand to make the first bits of thread or cordage.
Again, imposing structure on randomness through repetitive motion.
Even just sharpening a stone for hunting. That's deliberate, structured force and impact. Now, it's easy to just say, okay, survival stuff.
Sure, it was about survival.
But the source materials suggest there was something deeper going on, right? Beyond just getting food or staying warm.
Definitely. What's fascinating is that these weren't just, random bangs and twists.
Yeah.
They were our first steps, really intuitive ones, towards systematically understanding motion, leveraging it systematically.
Learning to put a predictable order onto physical actions to get a result you wanted. And this basic grasp, this intuition, it then led to that huge leap, the wheel.
Ah, the wheel. Can't overstate that one.
Right. And the sources emphasize it wasn't just about rolling things around. It was a fundamental breakthrough in capturing and redirecting motion, specifically circular motion.
Which opened up
Efficient transport, bigger building projects, trade on a whole new scale, and then building on that. Water wheels, windmills.
harnessing nature's rhythms.
Precisely. Learning to tap into the steady flow of rivers, the power of the wind, and translating that natural rhythmic motion into useful energy.
Like grinding grain, pumping water.
Tasks that required consistent, structured power. And societies really took off, didn't they? They grew, became more complex because we figured out how powerful mastering these motions could be.
That progression from one person chipping a stone to whole societies using windmills that then just exploded with the Industrial Revolution, right? Oh, absolutely. That was humanity's deep dive into really complex motion mastery.
You had steam engines.
Yeah, think about that. Harnessing rhythmic expansion and contraction, literally turning heat into structured mechanical motion, piston after piston.
Driving whole factories.
And the factories themselves, they became these temples of rhythmic precision almost.
Temples of rhythm. I like that.
Each machine locked into these coordinated loops of structured motion, gears turning, levers pulling, all working together for incredibly efficient mass production, like a giant mechanical orchestra.
And then electricity. That just amplified everything again.
Took it to another level. Think about power grids.
Okay.
They're incredibly structured networks, aren't they? Synchronizing the rhythm of alternating current, that precise oscillation to send power efficiently over huge distances, powering whole cities, entire industries, all synchronized.
Wow, okay. And beyond power.
Well, broaden the scope,
Right.
radio, television, the internet eventually.
Communication.
Yes, but think about how. They represent our mastery over electromagnetic rhythms. Synchronization at a distance.
Sending information is structured patterns. Waves.
Exactly. Information carried globally as structured motion patterns. So you see, from a simple loom spinning thread to a global internet connection.
It's all connected.
It's all underpinned by this principle of mastering structured motion.
Okay, that leads us naturally into the digital age, because that feels like a whole new kind of structured motion, invisible rhythms almost.
Completely new frontier, you're right.
We think of computers just, crunching numbers, processing data.
But they are structured motion systems, fundamentally.
How so?
Inside that chip, you have electrons, billions of them, flowing in incredibly precise patterns.
The rhythm of the processor clock?
Exactly.
Wow.
Rhythmic synchronization, driven by those super fast clock cycles, switching on and off, representing ones and errors, performing calculations.
So every digital thing, the device you're listening on right now, your phone, global communications.
It all stems from this amazing ability we developed to synchronize structured electronic motion at speeds that were unimaginable not long ago.
And that's where AI comes in, right? As this profound next step.
It really is, because AI algorithms, they aren't just processing data in the old way.
They're doing something different.
They are highly specialized motion pattern recognizers.
Okay, pattern recognizers.
They can identify subtle rhythmic structures, correlations, patterns in enormous data sets, things a human brain might just miss.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, financial markets. AI can spot complex rhythmic patterns in trading data that might predict market shifts. Or in medicine, analyzing medical images, AI can detect tiny anomalies, subtle changes in texture or flow patterns that indicate disease.
Wow.
It synchronizes these vast amounts of information, finds the structured motion patterns hidden within, and that drives incredible insights, predictions, real breakthroughs.
The scale of that.
Yeah.
It's just mind-boggling. It's like AI takes our natural human knack for seeing patterns.
And just dials it up to 11 or 1,000,000.
Yeah. It amplifies it exponentially.
Yeah.
Which really makes you think about, well, what happens next when humans and AI work together?
That's the next stage, isn't it? This idea of human and AI symbiosis, becoming sort of co-architects of motion.
Co-architects.
As AI gets woven deeper into everything we do, that line between, say, human intuition and machine precision starts to blur.
How did that work in practice?
Well, humans often provide the big picture, the creative spark, those intuitive leaps, while the AI handles the incredibly complex, ultra-precise structuring of the motion needed to make it happen.
It's a partnership.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that partnership doesn't just add capability, it enhances innovation exponentially. We can control and optimize rhythmic structures in ways we just couldn't before.
You can really see that in robotics, can't you?
Oh, definitely. Robotics is structured motion made visible.
The precision on an assembly line.
Incredible, isn't it? Or the delicate, fine movements of a surgical robot.
Yeah.
Or think about autonomous vehicles navigating traffic, reacting instantly.
All complex, synchronized movements.
Flawlessly executed. And here's the key thing AI adds. These systems aren't just following pre-programmed paths anymore.
They adapt.
They dynamically adapt their motion synchronization in real time, based on sensor input, changing conditions. It makes them incredibly flexible, adaptive, powerful tools for motion mastery.
But it's not just about machines, gears, and electrons, is it? The sources push this idea even further into biology.
Yes, biotechnology is another huge frontier for this. Take CRISPR gene editing.
Right, editing DNA.
We think of it as cut and paste, but what's actually happening, it's about precisely guiding a molecular machine, a protein, an RNA guide to a specific spot on a DNA strand.
Orchestrating molecular movements.
Exactly. You're orchestrating the cutting and pasting motions of molecules to reconfigure life's basic code.
And AI helps here, too.
Massively. AI-driven bioinformatics lets scientists model and predict these incredibly complex molecular motions, how proteins fold, how drugs interact.
Which transforms medicine, agriculture,
ecology, everything. And then there's synthetic biology.
Designing new biological systems.
Yeah, designing biological devices. Humans and AI working together to literally restructure life's core rhythms for specific goals. Cleaning up pollution, creating personalized medicines.
Wow. Okay, that really reframes biology for me, seeing it as, well, structured motion at its core.
It kind of is, isn't it?
So if life itself is structured motion, it makes you wonder, is there anything that isn't?
That's a deep question. And this idea, this mastery, it even scales up to the cosmos.
Space exploration.
Think about it. Venturing into space is fundamentally a series of motion mastery challenges.
Getting off the ground, for starters.
Huge rockets requiring precisely controlled thrust, then navigating spacecraft across millions of miles.
Talking with space stations.
All demanding absolute precision in managing structured motion. And AI is crucial here. It augments our ability to predict and control incredibly complex orbital mechanics, intricate maneuvers for landing on Mars or exploring asteroids. Calculations humans just couldn't do fast enough or reliably enough alone.
It's like we're conducting, I don't know, cosmic choreography.
That's a great way to put it. Look at satellites.
GPS, communications.
Forming these synchronized networks, intricate patterns of structured motion orbiting Earth, providing all those services.
And space telescopes, like James Webb.
JWST isn't just pointing and clicking. It has to meticulously align itself, track distant objects, compensate for tiny vibrations. It's synchronizing itself with cosmic rhythms to capture that incredibly precise data, those images from light years away.
It all comes back to motion.
It connects right back to that grand scale of human-AI motion mastery. Our drive to understand and control motion clearly doesn't stop at the edge of our atmosphere.
Which brings us to maybe the biggest question. Why? Why have humans evolved this extraordinary obsession, this capability for structured motion mastery? What's the underlying drive?
Well, the sources point towards it being a really fundamental evolutionary drive. It's baked into life itself.
How do you mean?
Life demands structured motion to survive. Think about your own body, your heartbeat,
Rhythmic.
your breathing, circadian rhythms, the firing of neurons in your brain.
All patterned motion.
Exactly. Every organism succeeds by mastering the rhythms essential for its existence. Humans. We've just taken that innate biological imperative and, well, scaled it up massively.
To build civilizations, to reshape the planet.
And AI, which came from our own ingenuity, isn't some separate thing. It's arguably the pinnacle of this whole story.
Amplifying our natural talent.
Amplifying our talent for recognizing rhythms, for structuring things with precision, for synchronizing adaptively, letting us manipulate motion on scales and complexities we couldn't dream of before.
So looking ahead, where does this go? We're getting better and better at this, human and AI together.
We're poised to become even more sophisticated manipulators of structured motion. Think about horizon technologies, quantum computing,
Harnessing quantum states.
which are fundamentally about structured probabilities, structured states, a kind of motion, to solve currently impossible problems. Or fusion power.
The dream of limitless energy.
By structuring atomic motion, forcing nuclei together under immense control, it feels like we're really just beginning to unlock what's possible.
And beyond Earth.
As we look outwards, structured motion mastery becomes even more central. Terraforming planets.
Huge environmental control. Motion management on a planetary scale.
Building giant orbital habitats, exploring other star systems. It all relies on an unbelievable ability to manage and synchronize structured motion across vast scales and times. It's this continuous evolving dance we're engaged in.
So maybe the ultimate legacy for humans in AI is just that. Becoming the universe's, I don't know, most refined masters of structured motion.
It's compelling thought.
From the simplest rhythmic bash of a stone tool.
To potentially engineering on galactic scales.
Our whole story seems to be about this relentless drive, getting better and better at motion mastery.
Recognizing the rhythms, harnessing them, optimizing them. It's what we've always done, in a way.
So maybe something for you, our listener, to think about. As you go about your day, where do you see these hidden motions shaping your world? And where might this incredible dance, this mastery of motion, lead us next?